Hey everybody, Rothendar here, and I'm here to bring you a brand new video of Baldur's Gate 3. On this episode, we are just going to go over the character creation, and we are going to do a full Let's Play of this game. This is only an early access, full release isn't out until probably around, my guess is around December of next year. It might be before that, but who knows with Larion Studios. Uh, so with that, let's go ahead and get underway with it. All squidbillies, you know what I mean? So this is part of the character creation right here. So the character I'm going to be making is named Larion Petrova. He is a character that I actually play in a D&D campaign. Uh, he's a warlock, and he's a half-elf. But we are going to go over some of the other things that you can do in the character creation. So, with that being said, we are going to change the name to Larion Petrova. He is a noble. So this is what's cool about this right here. So not only are you getting these background features of, like, say I picked noble, I get history proficiency, and I also get a persuasion proficiency, which is really good for the class that I picked because my main stat is going to be charisma. Charisma, dex, and constitution are going to be my three main stats. So, not only do you get these proficiencies, but you also get like a background quests that you got to do for inspiration points. So there are inspiration points in this game, which I think is phenomenal that they brought that into this. So as a noble, I'm going to want to do like making sure I'm getting money and being privileged and all that good stuff. But there's several other backgrounds. Like, I mean, there's a ton of backgrounds. All of them are from like your player's handbook. But yeah, so we're gonna go noble. And then the race, there's all kinds of different races. Like there's elf, of course, there's tiefling, drow, humans, Githyanki's, dwarves, half-elves, and halflings. And then, of course, all the male counterparts to them all, of course. Yeah. So this character is a half-elf. And also you get to pick a sub-race depending on which race you pick. So, like with a half elf, you can go with the high half elf, you can go with the wood, the drow, but I'm gonna go with the high because it gives me a cantrip. And cantrips are spells that you can use on every encounter without spinning a spell slot. We'll go deeper into that once we get into gameplay. So on this, I'm gonna pick friends because that really helps out with a lot of my charisma stuff. Gives me advantage on charisma checks and stuff like that, so that's pretty good to have. But there's all kinds of different spells. You know, acid splash. I mean, there's a ton of spells, and plus you get more as you level up. But we're gonna go with friends to start with. And then, like I said, my three main stats are gonna be not wisdom. It's gonna be Dex and Constitution. I already get a +2 to my charisma, so that helps out a lot. And then I get Fey and Ancestry, which I have advantage on saving throws against being charmed, so it's hard to charm me and hard to put me to sleep. Dark Vision, I'm able to see a lot better as a high half elf, so that's pretty good. So now that we got this part done, now we can go to the fun stuff. This is the appearance of what your character will look like. So you can customize this fairly decently. It's not the best yet, but it's I'm sure it's going to be better by the time full release gets here next year. So you only have 4 choices of voices. This is the first one.
Where to next? What was that?
Let's hope the locals are friendly.
You can also get female voices if you fancy that. You can make some weird looking characters if you really want to.
Hells, something just woke up down here.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
So we are gonna actually go with
I wonder what's back there.
voice 1 here, because that's fairly close to how Larion would kind of sound. Like I said, I'm hoping they'll have more voice options whenever this game fully releases, and then I can really dive deep into that. Maybe we can change the pitches, who knows what we can do, right? But you don't really hear your character's voice too much, not in Act 1 anyway. It probably gets better in Act 2 and 3, but we don't know that until full release. So the faces, so you can only do presets right now. I'm hoping that they'll have a more customizable face feature, like being able to change, you know, everything on your face. But for now, we have these presets, and they're not awful, but they're not the best either. So we're gonna go with head 5, and then we're gonna go as pale as we can get, which I believe is gonna be the palette here. Yeah, palette. Because this character is a vampire, but of course I can't do that until full release, and we have to wait till full release to become the vampire. But this is what my character is in D&D. He's a vampire, half elf, warlock. So here is all the color options on skin. If you select all skin colors, this gives you all of them. Like, you can go crazy with it. You can do olive green, you can do moon. I mean, you can go oh, dang, I didn't know they had vampire tone. Okay, well, then that's what we're gonna do. We'll go with vampire tone. I like this. Yeah, we're definitely going with that. I did not know that that was there, so that is freaking neat. I had no idea about that. So yeah, you also have decay, which is crazy. So yeah, there's all the skin color options there. Which, yeah, we want to keep that on because we want the vampire tone. Eye color, there's, once again, all kinds of different eye colors as well. My character is more toward yellow eyes, but if you really wanted to, you can do, like, you know, demon eyes of different sorts. Like, I mean, there's several different color palettes for eyes. It's phenomenal. I love the eye options. There's so many good ones. So we're gonna go with this topaz. Yeah, topaz 2 is pretty close to my character's eye color. And then we can move on to hair. Now we'll start from 1, and I'll let you kind of see some of the male options. These are male options. There's also options for female, which I will go over here in just a little bit. So here is 1. So you can make like a Viking-esque character, which right now Barbarian is not a class you can pick yet. I cannot wait till they come out with that, but they got some good classes though. You can really make some pretty neat looking characters by doing these things. Just by mix and matching. Like I said, it's early access, so there's not a lot to it, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot more to it when full release comes out. Looks like they added some more. It used to not be this many, I don't think, if I can remember right. This is patch 6 that we are playing on. So they've had some nice changes done. Like, this was a nice looking game, but they just made it even nicer looking with this new patch. And that's the end of that. So, what I like, 25, I do like that. So, let's go find the color that we need, which is going to be white. He has white hair. You can go ash blonde if you really wanted to, but it's too close to the skin color, so I like the white. It pops out a little bit more. Makes the eyes pop a little bit. Yeah. But there's plenty of different options. Like, you can go redhead, ginger if you really wanted to. Like, there's so many different colors. Tattoo options. There's not a whole lot of tattoo options yet, but there are some decent ones. We're gonna go with 16 here. Yep, 16. We're gonna go black. Now you can do different colors. There's purples, greens, reds, whites. I mean, there's quite a few different options here for tattoos. And then there's plenty of makeup options. So I guess I could go through them all. It's gonna be the same with the male as it is the female for makeup decisions. So here's one. I'm gonna go with one. Just kind of make his eyes pop out just a little bit more. And you can also change all the colors of makeup, of course. So you can do red, you can do blue, you can do whatever. So, there's my character, Larion. Now we're gonna pick the class. So this is the bread and butter of this whole game, right? You're gonna want to make your character something good here, right? So if you decide to go cleric, not only do you get a subclass, like you can do life domain, light domain, trickery. Not only can you do those, but you can also pick a deity, which Lolth is one of my favorites. Saloon is another one of my favorites. Shar is amazing. Shar is probably my downright favorite. Yeah, Tyr, Bane, Helm, Miracle, whatever. I'm gonna butcher a lot of these names. I'm not very good with them. Yeah, there's a bunch of deities you can pick between. But that's for cleric, and then you have your druid, which later on I think it's second level or third level that you get to decide on what subclass to go with druid. Then you have your fighter. Again, I think it's second level that you pick a class. A subclass. Ranger, rogue, sorcerer, which has wild magic, and then this is the newest character that came out with this patch, or the newest class that came out with this patch. So this is the draconic sorcerer, right? Not only do you get to choose the sorcerer, not only the subclass, but you also get wild magic, which wild magic is just random magic can happen as you're using your magic spells. It's awesome. I love the wild magic. Draconic Bloodline, I haven't tried it out yet, but I do like the appearance stuff on it. Not only do you get to pick like the color scales, the type of scales. Like you could go black and do acid with all of your spells. You can do lightning. It's just crazy the different things that you can do with this draconic bloodline. And then you can choose your different scale options. Not a whole lot of scale options. Not a whole lot of color options. But it's still really neat how they implemented this into the game. So there's your sorcerer. And warlock is what we're going to go with. And then there's wizard as well. Wizard has a ton of spells that you can use. We're going warlock, and we're going to go with the Great Old One. In the campaign that I am in, I run the Fiend. But the Great Old One's pretty dang good too, and I'm actually going to try it out. So, our bread and butter is going to be Eldritch Blast with our cantrip, right? I'm going to use this more than any other spell. I don't need Minor Illusion. What I do need is like maybe an AoE, so I usually go with Poison Spray to start with. And then my regular spells, I'm going to want Tasha's Hideous Laughter because it knocks them prone because they're laughing. And then we're going to get rid of Dissonant Whispers and we're going to do Hex. Hex allows me to do an extra 1d6 necrotic damage whenever I hit with an attack. It also gives them disadvantage on ability checks for whatever ability of my choice, which is awesome. This is very good. It does expend a spell slot, but whenever you kill one, you can move that hex to another creature without expending a spell slot. It's just a bonus action to do so, which is really good. So there's that. So now we have our Warlock High Half-Elf of the Great Old One. Now, right now my numbers are pretty low. Like I have a 13 Dex, 13 Con, 17 Charisma. And I'll show you how we can fix all that. So these are your skills. I get to choose 2 proficiency skills, which I don't need Arcana because Intelligence is going to be my dump stat. Intelligence, Strength are dump stats for me, along with Wisdom as well. So I am going to go with Deception, along with Intimidation. Both are really good for me. So there we go. We're going to go to ability points. This is where I can customize and kind of fix up my character a bit more. I have 17 Charisma. We're going to knock that down to 16, and I'll show you why. We're going to bring that up to a 16 on Constitution. We're going to bring down our Intelligence to bring up our dex. Bring down intelligence again to bring up our dex. Then we can bring down wisdom and intelligence to bring up our dex. This gives me a +3 to my dexterity for my AC. The only reason I'm building into dex is just so that way it's harder for enemies to hit me. It gives me a higher AC class. Constitution, it gives me more hit points, but also in order for me to use, like, I believe Hex is a concentration. Yes, Hex is a concentration spell. So your concentration, in order to keep your concentration on that spell, it's based off of your constitution. The higher constitution, the easier it is for you to keep concentration on that spell that you are using. So that's why I've decided to put that at a +3 for that. And then, of course, charisma is going to be my damaging ability. That's what I use to do all my spells with. So, that one's done.
Tell me, who do you dream of at night?
Now this is something that I also like. I mean, like, you can make somebody that you dream of at night. Sometimes you get this, sometimes you don't. It just depends on your choices if you get this or not. So, we're just gonna have a little bit of fun with it. We're gonna go with Tiefling, Mephistopheles, Tiefling, female.
More of those wretched things.
The voice 2 is fine. Like I said, I'm not gonna try to take up too much time into this part of it. Yeah, 2 looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and change the skin color first. Want a normal looking one? No, let's go with a little bit of a... Let's bring that down to kind of show what I can do here. So I can do Storm, which Storm looks pretty nice. But I do like this Azure. Yeah, I'm going to stick with Azure. So you can customize on the Tieflings your horns. There's some decent horn options. So we're gonna go with horn 2. And we already picked that. And we're gonna go with a... Ooh, what kind of eyes? I think the pink eyes here would look really good for it. So that's what we'll go with there. Hair. Like I said, like, these are the female hairs. Like, so there are some decent options for female hairs. They're not the best, but they're decent. So we're going to go with option 11 here. And if you really wanted to, just for the fun of it, you can give her a beard. But I'm not. So let's make the hair black. Why not? And you can choose tattoos, of course. Which are all the same. I'm gonna go with this. Go black. There we go. And then makeup options. Which we're gonna go with this. We're gonna max out the intensity of it. Yeah, there we go. That's her. So that is the customization. walls. Yeah. That's my guess.
My head.
Alright, well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And as always, I will see y'all on the next one.